Hi everyone, I am Anonymous Traveler. Today, we will discuss the second D of Kali Yuga survival strategy and is drop. From previous lecture, we discussed the importance of discipline as a basic foundation to generate strong immunity against the poison of this world of Kali Yuga. With this improved discipline factor, now we have to begin a series of tasks that are psychologically challenging. And the first thing is dropping the things that you carry since your childhood without clear understanding. This drop or dropping is like dropping the shopping bags and the baggages that you have been carrying all along. There are two different droppings. The first drop is dropping the preconception and the habitual information processing patterns that was given to you by general society. This includes our mental fabric of existence, such as religions, cultures, etc. The second drop is related to the process of changing the bloodline or lineage. That is, you are changing your bloodline or lineage from your physical parents to the solar navigators, the people who have higher impulse and are marching toward the sun or the stars. And in order to change the bloodline to this mentally advanced group of people, you have to drop a lot of baggage you have been carrying. This is why I call it drop or dropping, because you have to drop a lot of things that you've been carrying without question. And the number one thing that we carry without any question is our upbringing and our parents and social cultures. Before the Kali Yuga, following your parents' guidance without any question used to be not so harmful or dangerous. But now we are in a different situation for two reasons. First one is mundane reason, and many of you could understand it right away. But second one is super mundane reason, and some of you would not agree, but that's okay too. Among those who have higher impulse, those whom I called solar navigators of this world, some of them have their super mundane perception opened, and some of them have not. Many of great solar navigators didn't have activation of a supermundane perception or awareness, so they would automatically refuse the concept of karma or reincarnation or rebirth. For those people, I would say, that's fine. Just don't believe anything, but at the same time, don't deny anything with 100% certainty. Those two attitudes are like the different side of the same coin. Very open or strongly fundamentalist Christian is very similar with a strongly fundamentalist atheist. They argue with each other, but they do have more common things than they would ever want to admit. The thing is, you cannot have 100% confidence until you directly experience it. By the way, my job here is to stimulate and to motivate the people with higher impulse, those who I call the solar navigators. I don't care whether their faculties are open or not. Those whose super mundane faculties are closed, they could do great things for the mundane world, so it's all good. In this case, the most reasonable approach for those people whose super mundane faculty is closed is maintaining agnostic point of view. Don't take anything with 100% certainty unless you directly experience it. Now, let's get on with the two reasons why simply following your upbringing and the social conditioning is not good enough in this time of Kali Yuga. One of the reasons for that is because many of parents themselves are fully indulged in the poison of this Kali Yuga and cannot provide enough mental nourishment for a newborn baby or newborn solar navigator. Just simply following their way of home education or upbringing is often problematic. It's like blind people trying to teach the painting. That's why many outsiders or solar navigators of this Kali Yuga feel that they cannot really connect to their parents. Now the reason number 2 is super mundane reason. That is, there has been a corruption in the cycle of karma and the birth process. In the previous age, it was easier to be born in a family that fits one's own leanings and characteristics. However, this is getting more and more difficult, and there has been a lot of mismatched births where the both parties, the parents and the child, have to suffer because of this mismatch. Originally, the wheel of karma is supposed to place a being into an environment more akin to his or her tendencies and leanings. However, that proper turning of the wheel has been compromised in this time of Kali Yuga. It has to do with the greed of Demiurge and his archons. Demiurge and archons feed on human psychic energy, and their favorite taste is suffering of human beings. For the lack of a better expression, it is like that unique bitter taste of chocolate to them. A good chocolate requires a certain amount of bitter taste. And that's exactly why they are pursuing more and more of human suffering, because for them, our suffering is a delicious treat. In previous time, increasing population on this earth has been the number one goal of Demiurge and his archons. However, since the number of human population has been exploded, they changed their focus. Now they are going for quality over quantity. Since the number of population already reached a point where it is guaranteed to increase exponentially without putting any more effort, now Demiurge and his archons' main focus is to increase the strength of pain and confusion. In other words, their main focus is the production of the bitter taste at its strongest. For them, our happiness or misery means nothing. For them, we only exist to provide them their psychic snacks and treats. That's why I said that those enemies of humanity are focusing on quality over quantity in this dark time. Because of that, they focus a lot on messing up the wheel of karma. If the wheel of karma is working properly and the majority of people could see that good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people, this world could be a much better place to live. However, right now, the opposite is happening. Because of Demiurge and his archons' continual interruption of the workings of the wheel of karma, we are witnessing a lot of disturbing situations where proper consequences of one's action is totally lost to most people. Also, another factor is, in the previous age, we had mentally advanced beings who were able to choose his or her next birth. It is a very advanced mental development to pull this off. However, most of those advanced beings left this plane of existence already. Those advanced beings are like the stars or the light in the dark. Since many of them had already left this plane of existence, our world is becoming even darker. So that's where we are now. The path of advancement of the star impulse or solar impulse is still possible, but the resisting force is incredibly strong and is getting harder and harder. The force and the weight of communal gravity is getting stronger every day. So you have to drop some of the things or a lot of the things in order to advance. This requires conscious effort. So consider them as carrying a bunch of shopping bags. When you carry a lot of shopping bags and baggages, they drag you down. But you don't want to drop them because they look so precious. You value them so much. But as the solar navigators in the time of Kali Yuga, you are going against the weight of communal gravity and you cannot carry all these baggages. You need to drop a lot of them in order to move forward. But we have a lot of attachment and obsession on our baggages. So, dropping them is psychologically challenging task. This takes time and effort, but is worth the effort. So with this process of drop, now we are ready to move forward the third D among the 4D Kali Yuga survival strategy, which is disengage. I will discuss the third D, disengage, in my next lecture. Thanks for listening and all the best.